So I opened my mobility notes today, and right there at the top is pranayama. And so I wanted to make this sidebar musing on why I don't do pranayama. And I don't do it because it's in direct contradiction with my mindfulness practice. With my mindfulness practice, I I feel the breath. I open to feel the sensations of the breath and then open further to other bodily sensations. And I practice to do this moment to moment because the moment's always changing. And in doing this practice, I can be better able to respond to what's going on like around me and live more intelligently because I'm more open to what is actually going on because I've practiced to open to what is going on continuously, not to hold on to anything because you can't hold on to the moment because it's always changing, um, and not to control anything, not to control the breath, but to be open and aware of what's going on. With pranayama, prana is energy, vital life energy, which is the breath. And so with pranayama, we control the energy in order to send the energy down certain energy channels or nadis to get to certain energy points or chakras in the body. And the point of doing that is to try and calm the mind. And so I wanted to understand, like, is this useful? Like, to me, like, what is this all about? So I compared pranayama to two other instances where there is an element of control that is exercised to meet some sort of goal. And so comparing this to cooking lentils, where there is a goal to have your lentils taste good, and comparing it to sprinting, where your goal is to sprint faster or longer. So with cooking lentils, in order to meet this goal of having your lentils taste better, you have an input, like the lentils are as they are in that moment based on the cooking time and the ingredients, and you taste it. So you have this input of tasting the lentils, and then you adjust, maybe add some more lemon if it's needed based on that input of what you've experienced, and you make an adjustment. When you're running, you have this lactic acid buildup and your lungs are on fire. So that is the situation as it is. And so in response to that situation as it is, you can apply a breathing technique. There's different breathing techniques for running so that you can sprint longer and faster. So there is this application of a technique in order to better achieve your running based on what's happening in that moment. For the lentils and the running, there is no intention to sort of control what is happening long term. Like, the sprint will be over, and then the running technique that you've applied will no longer be useful until maybe you sprint again. And with the lentils, you adjust the recipe until you come to some end result. You're not like constantly adding lemon. Like, it's not something that's happening continuously. But with pranayama, there is this element of controlling the breath in order to meet the goal. So instead of responding to the input, which is the breath, you want to control it. And so eventually the situation will change, and you can't control the breath forever in a pranayama sense. So unlike the other two scenarios, with pranayama, you're not adapting to what is happening. You're trying to control what is going on and sort of hold that control as long as you can. So I have found that different breathing techniques like pranayama can calm the mind. It's kind of similar to in like a panic state or in emergency situation where like your heart rate's up and your nervous system is having like a reaction. You can do different breathing techniques to like calm yourself down and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's useful, but there's no intent to sort of try and control the situation long term because you simply can't. So even though pranayama may work, it's not a sort of a solution to the ever-changing situations in our lives. And so that is simply why I don't do it. I'm not saying that pranayama doesn't work or it's not useful or anything like that, but it's just in contradiction to what I'm trying to practice with my mindfulness practice. Thank you for listening.